Is there a ground zero for all the crises that the planet is facing right now? I believe there is. Drew a picture. This is how our species has related to one another, to other species, and to the Earth itself for thousands of years. Right this minute, among those at the top of the stack, one person out of 8 billion started a war and now may make it a nuclear war, which can take us all out, and most other species, except for cockroaches. Vladimir Putin seems to be following his dream to be another Alexander the Great. Bless his heart. Unfortunately, he is not the only authoritarian who wants this power. There's Kim in North Korea, and in Iran, the religious rulers there, and a bunch more. Collectively, we take our pecking order relationships for granted. It's just the way things are. It's inevitable. This is an attitude. It's a collective attitude that makes us all complicit in the unfathomable corruption it enables. Humanity, we have an attitude problem. This ancient attitude is our default blueprint for all our relationships worldwide. It is a psychological structure. It's made of minds, and it's shaped like a pyramid. In effect, it's a Ponzi scheme. Where do you put your X in this status quo? Where are you in the establishment? My parents started out at the bottom, but got bumped up to the middle class by World War II. Right now, I think I'm probably at the lower middle class based on the money I don't have. There are coexisting and overlapping hierarchies, levels of power in a family or community, on the job or on the playground, in a street gang or church congregation, in a corporation or a government bureaucracy. There's just this one system, the same system, for all our institutions. We need our institutions. We need a different system structure. How about this one? This is how we measure ourselves. This could be a stack of Democrats or Republicans, law enforcement or the mafia, the ACLU or the Ku Klux Klan. It could be a corporation or a nonprofit. In a fraternity or street gang, this default psychological structure often turns deadly. Misogyny, racism, criminal self-righteousness, and all other forms of bullying are enabled by a relationship pyramid that depends on inequality for its existence. Inequality is the common denominator in all abuse, systemic or personal. Inequality is what gives power to needy egos. Status and prestige in the stack can be bought with money and with secrets. There are folks living high on the hog because of the secrets they carry. Transparency, truth, is a threat to all pyramid schemes. Ideals of equality, justice, freedom, and individual autonomy struggle to exist in a system that demands conformity and minion-mindedness. Does anyone have a choice? Who wants to see the status quo stay the same? Right now, an obscene amount of money is being invested in political campaigns to secure the maintenance of this arrangement. This works in our world because it represents our collective attitude about relationships. We know that individuals who have messed up their lives, who've hit bottom and want to change a direction, have to start with a change in attitude. So they have a light bulb moment, an epiphany, back to ground zero. First things first. Can humanity have a light bulb moment? Of course we can. Maybe space aliens will sponsor an intervention to motivate us. Choice. We have two attitudes to choose from which to choose. Our default materialistic attitude. This invites war and other man-made disasters. War is an attitude, greed is an attitude, supremacy is an attitude. These are all hand-me-down attitudes. There are better attitudes. Look at what's happening in Florida right now. Yes, there are scammers taking advantage of vulnerable people, but there are individuals, small groups, large groups, state and federal agencies are all contributing to one common goal: to meet as many needs as possible. Remember when the Miami skyscraper fell? Same human reaction. 5 years ago, I watched Harvey unfold in real time on TV because journalists were out risking their lives to bring us the stories while saving lives at the same time. Strangers helping strangers. I saw the expressions of joy when they were successful. There are so many examples of folks coming together, acting as one. In reality, this is the human attitude. For a wonderful example, watch Ron Howard's movie, 13 Lives. But much of what we watch as entertainment shows us how hierarchies work. Game of Thrones, Downton Abbey, any historical drama. The best example might be The White Tiger. Hate and anger. The pandemic I'm worried about now is the spread of rage. Anger is way more contagious than any virus, and as a feeling, anger is not visible. When it transforms into an emotion, when it is let loose, it often morphs into mindless rage. Multiple road rage incidents are reported daily. Mass murders occur everywhere on the planet. We've got to know that the families of the recent school shootings in Russia and Thailand are dealing with excruciating feelings of rage and despair and hopelessness, the same as we feel every time it happens in our country. Then there's the rage we have to deal with because unless big changes are made, we know these preventable horrors will continue to happen. First things first, what matters most is not matter. What matters most is invisible. Our souls are not visible. Our souls are our reality, our wholeness. We can each go to ground zero and choose an attitude that appreciates the wholeness of humanity with all its variety and forms and perceptions. I have some pictures of better attitudes. Which layer of an onion is not an onion?